I have a major update on the situation that is currently unfolding over in Israel. In fact, I can guarantee you that the powers that be are probably already working overtime trying to make this story disappear. I guarantee you this is something that they are going to try to cover up. But I'll try to do my best to explain it in the most simple way possible. Basically, America has already been behind the scenes trying to persuade other countries such as Egypt to get involved in this situation. They want Egypt to just hop in head first, blindfolded, swinging. They're trying to convince them to help aid Israel and to send weapons to Israel. And they even tried to get them to put boots on the ground in Gaza. Now, these persuasion tactics, they usually work. They've worked plenty of times in the past, but things are changing. The world is changing. America doesn't have the pull that it once had. So Egypt is putting its foot down. Egypt is refusing to help. Egypt says they're not getting involved. Now, I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if there were threats, intimidation tactics. I don't know if maybe the U.S. started pushing too hard. But now, not only has Egypt refused to get involved, they've turned this whole situation upside down because they're claiming that they warned Israel that something like this was going to happen. They're claiming that Israel already had knowledge that something bad was going to happen. And they're claiming that they told Israel themselves straight up that Hamas was planning something, but that Israel purposely ignored it. Now, you might remember that when this situation first started happening, I was telling you all that something about this seems odd to me. Because Israel has the most secure border in the world, and one of the best and most highly respected intelligence agencies and spy networks in the entire world. And also, they work very closely alongside America, who also has one of the best intelligence agencies and spy networks in the world. So there's not many things that happen on this globe that these people don't know about. But if you look at history, the real history, not the history that they try to teach you, but the real history, you know that oftentimes countries, empires, kingdoms, they allow these kind of attacks. So they have an excuse to strike back and carry out whatever agendas that they have up their sleeves. Some may even point back to something like Pearl Harbor. Some would say it's 9/11. But make no mistake about it, history repeats itself. And it may be repeating itself here. Because if what Egypt is claiming is true, Israel knew something like this was going to happen, and they purposely turned a blind eye. But I want to go ahead and hop into this article and see what they have to say here. Mounting questions over Israel's massive intelligence failure to anticipate and prepare for a surprise Hamas assault were compounded Monday when an Egyptian intelligence official said that Jerusalem had ignored repeated warnings that Gaza-based terror group was planning something big, which included an apparent direct notice from Egypt's intelligence minister to the prime minister of Israel. The Egyptian official said that Egypt, which often serves as a mediator between Israel and Hamas, had spoken repeatedly with the Israelis about something big. He said Israeli officials were focused on the West Bank and they played down the threat from Gaza. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government is made up of supporters of West Bank settlers who have demanded a security crackdown there in the face of a rising tide of violence over the last 18 months. We have warned them an explosion of the situation is coming, and very soon, and it would be big. But they underestimated such warnings, the official said. Netanyahu denied receiving any such advance warning, saying that it was fake news. But Egyptian intelligence officials say otherwise. Netanyahu says no early message came from Egypt, and the prime minister did not speak or meet with the intelligence chief since the establishment of the government, not indirectly or directly. However, Egypt claims that in one of the said warnings, Egypt's intelligence minister, General Abbas Kamal, personally called Netanyahu only 10 days before the massive attack and warned him that Gazans were likely to do something unusual, a terrible operation, according to Egypt. Now, unnamed Egyptian officials are saying that they were shocked by Netanyahu's indifference to the news and said that the prime minister was claiming that the military was too submerged in its troubles in the West Bank. However, they say Israel was not only reportedly ignoring clear warnings from its allies, but they also said that Israel's eyes are never very far away. Surveillance drones buzz constantly in the sky. The highly secured border wall is awash with security cameras and soldiers who are always on guard. Intelligence agencies, work sources, and cyber capabilities are constantly drawing out information. But Israel's eyes appear to have been closed in the lead up to the surprise onslaught from the Hamas terrorist group. Now, if you know anything about how heavily secured the border of Israel is, then it would be hard for you to believe that a bunch of dudes on pickup trucks, scooters, mopeds, and homemade hang gliders managed to not only get through the border wall, fly over the border wall, destroy portions of the border wall, but they did this without anyone knowing, and they managed to get into Israel and slaughter and kidnap hundreds of people without anyone knowing that this was going to happen, and with a very, very slow response from the military over there as it was happening. Now, don't get me wrong. Oh, boy. The retaliation, they've been retaliating, all right. They've been dropping hella bombs on Gaza, leveling the place. Yet, that day, everyone was just unprepared, I guess. It was really weird to me seeing that the Iron Dome missile defense system just, I guess, wasn't working that day as all of these rockets rained down on Israel. But now it's working perfectly. It makes you wonder. Because not only do we have Egypt claiming that Israel knew this was coming. But when you look at how it all unfolded, it's like your border wall is so secure 364 days out of the year. But it just so happens on this one day, it's like these guys were coming through and just riding on mopeds. You know what I mean? Like it was nothing. You got one of the best missile defense systems in the world, and I have seen it in action. Yet it wasn't working that good that day. Oh, it started working good at night after the attack already got carried out. And it's working perfectly right now. Oh, the military's ready for a fight. They're dropping bombs. They're about to go just basically level the place. They're about to wipe these people out. But they were kind of nowhere to be found in the initial moments and hours during this invasion. So I don't know. Maybe Egypt is lying. Who knows who's telling the truth anymore? But all I know is I was already suspicious about something like this, and I won't say that this confirms my suspicions because, like I said, who knows who to trust? But sounds like that's what happened to me. You let me know what you think down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.